Okay, everyone, hello and welcome back to Minecraft. This is going to be episode 2 of our series. If you missed the first video, we pretty much opened up a new world and I essentially failed to live, or survive, I should say, for an entire day. So, if you want to see that, I will give you a link in the description to the playlist for you to check out all the videos in this series. But for today, we're going to be keeping an eye out for some oak because I want to build my first house. I think we got a pretty great area where we are, actually. My house is right over there, or I guess I should say the hole in a hill is where I started, where I put all my stuff. And I'm just gathering some oak here, and we're going to start building. This area that is around us is really mostly surrounded with birch, which I actually really like birch. A lot of people I played Minecraft with in the past, they don't like birch. I like birch. Birch is cool, but you got to start your house out with some oak. This is one of the really huge trees that has oak logs kind of going in every which direction, so I'm trying to get all of them here because you can actually get quite a lot if you spend the time to gather all of the oak. By no stretch of the imagination am I an expert when it comes to building a house. I was talking to Hosty about this the other day. My problem usually is one of two things. I either make my house way too big to where I have all of these empty rooms that I struggle to find a use for, and they either be completely empty or I'll just throw some random stuff in there. Extra things I don't need, like 130 furnaces or something crazy. Or the other problem is quite the opposite, where my house will be too small. And if I'm going to kind of expand the house or make it bigger, ultimately it's going to look weird. So my solution is just to kind of dig down and expand the house that way, but then I'll have like 13 basements. And then I get confused on what I put on which floor in the basement and so on and so forth. I guess that's going to be it for that. That tree's actually going to live another day, which is incredible. So, long story short is my problem is more or less making the appropriate sized house, which is my goal for today. I'm going to also try my best to set up a cute little wheat farm. Actually, this is exactly where I want to build. Nice view of the lake. Can clear out some of these trees. I'm just going to go ahead and sleep until morning, because I learned my lesson last time. Here's my humble abode, aka hole in the ground. You really do humble yourself playing Minecraft. I mean, you literally, it's about as close to homeless as you can get. You're a monster. Are you kidding me? Sometimes you can get lucky. I bet you he's like right there. There we go. Okay, so this is more or less, I guess, the start of day 3. We're in between day 2 and day 3 here. And this isn't some sort of like a One Life series where, where I'll, if I die, that's it. That's not what's going to happen here in this case. I did pick up some bamboo, which is going to be fantastic. I got some clay. So I think we're off to a decent start here. And it seems like a lot of animals do like to spawn around these parts. So I just kind of have to be mindful of creepers. Let me make an axe. And then we can begin. And by begin, you can probably begin to make fun of me on how I design my homes. I think it's going to be a simple... Isn't he supposed to be on fire? Because 1, he's not in water, and 2, it's morning. It could be because he's under the tree, maybe. You know what? I also need a shovel, but I'm not going to go all the way back. I'm too lazy to run the 10 feet, so I'm going to make a crafting table right here. Oh, a trader. Hello. Uh-huh. Emeralds for sand. What is that? Is that a lava or water bucket? I'm confused. I don't have any emeralds for you, sir, but you are welcome to come by at any time. It's always a pleasure having your company around these parts, so please enjoy your stay. Ultimately, what I like to do, I would say to succeed, in my mind, in Minecraft, is you would have a thriving city with villagers, visitors. You would have them protected with dogs and cats against all of the mobs. And then you would also have those iron golem things that spawn as well. I think that would be a really cool, successful little town. But that's going to take forever. And that's usually where I kind of give up, the undertaking is so long. That's neither here nor there for this video. Let's go ahead and start our house. I have no preconceived area of where this is going. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you want a double door, you do 1, 2, 3, 4, I think, if I counted right. So you would have 1, 2, 3, double door, and I did it wrong. Amazing. Needs to be over here. See how bad I am? So we would have a double door. You know what? I've talked myself into having. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to complicate myself. And then we'll just have it go to, let's just say here. I think we'll start small. If I need to make, instead of like widening my house, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. Or we can just make an entirely new house as well. Okay, so I think this is where birch is going to need to come into play. Let me go run over to this chest and see how much birch I have. And if I need to, I will mindlessly chop down all these trees. Okay, looks like I'm going to mindlessly need to chop down all these trees. That is a-okay. Could quickly go over, I guess, some of my favorite accomplishments that I've done. I gotta say, I talked about this briefly in the last video. I prefer to play on survival islands. I think that's probably one of my favorites type of environments. Is that a cooked chicken? No, it's raw chicken. I'll eat the apple. He burps. Survival islands are probably my favorite. There's some biomes I just don't enjoy in Minecraft. Like, I do not enjoy the ice areas in Minecraft. Hosty and I played in a world just a couple days ago. I'm not kidding you. We were in this ice biome for like over half an hour. And it's just so boring to me. I think the Nether as a biome can be kind of boring as well. There's not a lot of variety to it. But that's kind of the point of the Nether. So I think I'll give the Nether a pass. And the desert biome can be cool as well, but it's just so desolate. I think I'm just more of the type of person where I really enjoy kind of being in the woods. And the trader definitely agrees. So we got close to a stack here. Let's could probably start on. Let's see. So it'll be 2. Yep, perfect. So we got 3 here, and we'll just probably have some cute little stairs right here. You know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna make this, and a creeper's just gonna show up and blow this all up. So I hope you enjoy. I don't need this one. And, okay, so this will probably be, like, the way to... I guess this will be the front of the house, huh? This right here. And this will be the back of the house. Or there could be no defined front or back of the house. Could also do that. With the bamboo that I got, I could probably start making scaffolding. Bamboo is fantastic. It's probably up there as one of my favorite things that just simply grows besides cactus. I forgot if it needs to be by water or not, so we're just going to put it right there for now. Let's go grab this other bamboo and see if we can make any scaffolding. Okay, I have one cactus. Did I not have any other bamboo? Oh, I do. Okay, there it is. That is still going. Okay, so let me drop some saplings in there. I know saplings do not give you hardly any... what's the term? It's just saplings are not that good. Let's just put it that way when you're smelting. I'm sure you know that by now. Scaffolding. What do you also need? Is it sticks, maybe? Birch trap door. Interesting. Can make some regular birch doors. Am I missing it? Let's search. For scaffolding, you need a carved pumpkin. Wait, okay. You need string. Okay. Well, I don't have any string. So that is immediately a problem. That's okay. I can do it the old-fashioned way, which is dirt. That's fine by me. I'm also going to need sand for some windows. Very particular about my sand because I like to keep my beach as it were. So what I'll probably do, let me pick up all these goodies as these trees slowly disappear. Free sticks. Gotta love it. So I'll probably kind of go over in that direction. There is the desert biome right there out in the distance, and I'll pick up some sand there. Because, you know, eventually what's going to happen is a creeper is just going to show up and blow all this up anyway at some point during the series. So I want to keep everything intact as long as possible. We'll have a nice window here cut out. Right there as well. This will probably be a solid wall if I had to guess to give me more usage out of this house. And I'll probably just copy the front right here. Like that. Make another stack of wood. I'm really excited to kind of, as time goes on for the channel, get into other sorts of co-op games to play with Ed. There's a whole list of stuff that we've enjoyed playing over the years that we didn't record, and I think that might have been a missed opportunity on our part because there are just some games that I think you could only capture how hilarious it truly was just like one time. Like, I want to go through the Dead Island series again because I think we had such a great time playing that the first go around, but I worried that we won't find it as funny because it's not our first rodeo in that regard, if that makes sense. So I would love to, I think, do a walkthrough Let's Play of Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide. I think those games are so much fun. I've made a video on my second channel, Andy's Arcade, talking about really just how awesome Dead Island is and where Dead Island 2 is. But there's also other co-op games. I wish we could record the Army of Two series, because I think that's right up our alley. But the servers, from my understanding, are shut down on the 360 side. So I don't think we'll be able to play those as much as I want to. I think the Borderlands series is also a really good idea. Ed and I have already played through Borderlands 1. To be honest, Borderlands 1's just fine. And you can really see how that series is elevated as time has gone on. Get in. I have to kill this guy. Come here. Okay, I'll just give you a couple of whacks. Come on. One more. Yeah, you get out of here. But we have yet to play Borderlands 2 or the pre-sequel. I mean, I've played them myself with Thomas in the past. Isn't bamboo like a really good fuel source? Let's try it. No, it's pretty terrible, actually. Okay, whatever. So Ed has not played through the Borderlands series. You know what's interesting is Ed hasn't played a whole lot of RPGs. That just strikes me as so weird. I feel like everyone's into RPGs, but no, Ed's not played some of the RPGs that most people have played. Like he's not played Skyrim. He's not played the Borderlands series. He's not played Assassin's Creed Origins or Odyssey or Valhalla. I'm unsure if he's played through all of the Fallout games. I want to say he has because he's pretty into shooters. He's not played Oblivion, which I think I can give that a pass because the game's so old, but it's still an absolute classic. Instant classic when that game came out. We also went through the whole Gears of War series at one point. And that was enjoyable. I like the Gears of War series. I think it gets a little bit too much hate from its fan base, but this is coming from someone who's a complete outsider. So, I mean, that could be completely justified in their opinion, the community's point of view. I have no idea. No, see, I don't want this in my hand because it blocks my view. I just want that to go away. Once I get this house set up, we'll probably start going cave diving. Looking around. I might make a couple of little farms in here as well. There's also some touch-up things that can be done to this house, such as adding the stairs for the roof. But for now, this will do just fine. Let's see if I can make those doors. I can't. Interesting, that gives you only 3 doors and not 4. But, here. What I can do is that, and then now I have 6 doors. Back in my day, dating myself, in Minecraft, they would only give you 1 door for all that stuff. You would get ripped off. Okay, would it be weird for it to look like cobblestone right here? Probably. But we're gonna live with it. Okay, my house is, I guess you could say, up and running. Kind of dark in here, huh? Maybe I should clear this out. Right here. And right there. Could also make a skylight in the roof, as well as a sort of way to get some additional light. Let's move this crafting table. And let me make a chest, put all my stuff in it, so then I can grab the stuff in the other chest in my bed and move it all in here. So for a chest, we can make just 1. Let's see if I can get by with making another. No. I thought I could do it with the birch. There we go. I'll make a couple of furnaces as well. Can put that there. And for furnaces, we'll put them over on this side. So let's dump all this stuff in here. And then we'll go get our things. And that might wrap up this episode. I might go grab some sand. Continue to chop down some trees. Make sure we protect our farms, because I don't want them trampling my crops. That wouldn't be very nice. All right, the deed's been done. I've destroyed my bed. Let's go very quickly. Okay. Now, there was no real action this episode. There wasn't a lot of dying. There wasn't a lot of death. So I consider that an overwhelmingly positive experience, as it were. That's a weird spot. I'll put the bed there by the chest. Okay. I have some food. Let's eat the food. And what I would like to do is start building some cactuses. They gotta be on sand, so that's perfect for them. I'm gonna make a couple of stairs, and are they called trap doors or buttons? I need more birch, actually. Have I dumped everything I need to dump? No. Let's go ahead and do that. Just some crap that I don't need at the moment. You have no idea when you're going to need some dirt. And these trees are a little bit close to the property anyway, so I have no problem destroying them. You know, there's also, going back to the whole co-op thing, there's a few co-op games that are really old that I think are still just like absolute classics. I think a good example of that is Crackdown. You can just say, hey, you want to play some Crackdown? I am all up for that. That's the trapdoor, and that's the slab. But what about, yeah, the pressure plate? Kind of get ripped off there as well. Oh, my God. Scared me. Get on. There we go. Don't have to worry about that anymore. And now stairs. There we go. That solves that problem. And let's see, are 6 enough to make 2 more pressure plates? It is. Perfect. Oh, you know what, though? I messed this up. I need to have this come out 1 more block to put the pressure plates there. There we go. Perfect. I may not know a lot in Minecraft, but I do know that as a trick. Once you get into redstone and all these other things, I'm completely lost. That looks a little bit more natural, huh? Might put some bushes in the front yard. Very, very nice. Okay, let's go on our way. I have food. Don't really need torches. I'll be back before nightfall. And then we'll wrap up this episode. I kind of wish, since we're talking about favorite co-op games and games from the past, I wish there were remasters of games from the PS2 and even PS1 era, original Xbox, GameCube, that sort of era of gaming, because I feel like it's not necessarily been left behind. I mean, I know there's services that can give you access to those games, like Switch Online gives you access to older games, and soon the new PlayStation Plus service will give you access to these older games, but my goodness, there are just some games from that era I wish I could play again. Like Croc on PS1 was excellent. I wish that got a remaster or port. I mean, I own it, so I can just plug in my original PlayStation and play it, but I wish it was a little bit more accessible than that. I think the same is true as time goes on. I mean, new gamers are not, most of the time, are not going to be interested in older hardware. They're going to be interested in the new things. And this current gaming economy has really inflated the game prices for a lot of used games. I mean, there's a game tracking app that'll tell you the estimated value of your games. And it's kind of ridiculous on some of these prices. So I think that's becoming a less economic option for people to just go out and buy the original games and hardware for the things of their childhood that they cherish that they've since gotten rid of or sold or given away or, whatever. And I think preservation is another important factor. Like, I want to be the type of person, well, not want to be, I am the type of person where I want to be able to play all the stuff that I have in the future. And that's really an undefined point in time. Like, that can be a year from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now. I just want to play the games that I own. And that gets harder and harder to do. Like, the hardware for these older games and consoles become less common and more expensive. Just try to go out and buy a GameCube right now. It's really expensive to do so. In some of the older games of classics that you love are incredibly rare or expensive. I think a great example of that is the old Pokemon games. I was lucky enough to where I was able to keep my Pokemon games, or I recognized that I wanted to keep them. I think a lot of people just sold them as they wanted to move on to the next game. And, like, Pokemon Platinum is worth over $200. Like, that's just not feasible to a lot of people unless you're either, one, really into it, or two, like, you're a collector. And I don't think the big three, like Sony, PlayStation, Nintendo, do enough to give you access to these older titles. I mean, I know you got problems with licensing and all these other things, but it's just too difficult, and I don't like that, and I wish it wasn't that difficult. I'm going to end my rant here. I guess I'll use this coal. The only problem I have with this seed right now is it's quite difficult to find. There's a creeper. I know he's going to come over here. It's quite difficult to find coal in this seed. I went digging again prior to recording, and I didn't have a whole lot of luck. I hear something. Is there a creeper on the roof? That's happened before. Anyway, I'm going to stop my rambling. This is going to conclude the second episode in the Minecraft series. Again, there's going to be a playlist for all the videos in this series. And like I said in the first video, there's no really defined start or end of the series. This could go on for 10 episodes or it could go on for 100. I really don't know. Nonetheless, I'm still really enjoying this, so I hope you are as well. If you have any feedback on how I'm doing in this series, please leave it in the comments down below. And if you're new to the channel, check out TeamRespawn. Most of the videos on the channel are Halo and RTS related, but I'm trying to diversify that as time goes on. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you, James.